Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly Monday Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. I am your host, Sandy Ballard, the Badass Business Coach. Thanks for being here, listening, for sharing the podcast with others. And don't forget to feel free to direct message me or comment or email me, sandy@sandyballard.com. Let me know if you're a listener and where you're listening from. And feel free to do that on my Facebook or Instagram page or LinkedIn. As I always mention, Twitter, I'm not really that active on, so don't bother unless you really want to. I'm sure I'll find it. Oh, and thanks to Jana for reaching out. She did not tell me where she was listening, but just said she had just found my podcast and loved them. So thanks, Jana, for listening. And all right, let's see. So last Monday's podcast, we've been talking about reviews the last few weeks, or a couple weeks, I guess. Reviewing your process and procedures was last week. Reviewing the who in your life was the week before. Making sure that you're not just doing the same thing you've always done because that's the company way or that's how we've always done it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yes, but do review and make sure it's still the best way, the most productive and efficient way. And some of you that I heard from, as expected, are reviewing some of your processes on hiring, training. Even one company decided, it's time to use an employment agency instead of trying to do it all ourselves. Good job there. Remember, time is money, and sifting through all those resumes, scheduling, handling all the phone interviews, then the in-person interviews if you're doing that, and, dealing with the no-shows. You've rearranged your schedule for them to not show. This happens a lot. It's crazy. Is all of this still a good use of your time? And it wasn't for one of my clients. So like I said, great job on that review and realization. And a couple others streamline their services, including myself, just offers, sometimes you get just so many things out there because, everyone's different. And like for me, it's like the majority of my clients I meet every other week. And then I have a handful that I meet with once a month. And then there's weekly calls. And so, sometimes it just gets a little crazy and overwhelming, but not just me. I had other people review their, other processes and procedures, thinking about what products they offered and then fixing that and cleaning up their website as well. Because if you're not going to offer those products or services, why are they on your website, right? So what about you? What did you do? Did you review? What did you find out? And if not, why didn't you review? What are you afraid of finding, right? If that shit is broken, because it happens. I have a client that loves to hear me say when shit goes sideways because, Kathleen, that's for you. You love it because you've accepted the fact that it's going to happen. There's never a bad time to review your world. Just making sure that you do it so you are prepared when shit goes sideways. Like reviewing your progress on your goals. Are you on the right path? Are you doing the right things? Are the right people around you to help and support you? I've known for a while that I need some sort of an assistant or help. Virtual one's probably perfect for me. And, since I work out of my home and I work all over the world with clients, I actually am meeting with my virtual assistant tomorrow, finally, to get that set up. What's funny is I can't find the list that I started a couple months ago about what's not a good use of my time and what I would want to pass off to an assistant of some sort. So I'm going to find that, or I'm just going to make a new one. I'm looking forward to finally getting some computer files cleaned up, combining years of my registration lists for events. I've had workshops, webinars, my women's group, the Taboo Tribe, my men's business accelerator group will be starting back up again in September. So looking through who was in it before over the years, promoting it, all the things that need more attention that I shouldn't give and can't give, it no longer makes sense for me to do because I want to pay more attention and spend more time focused on my clients, not trying to remember if I set my event up or an Eventbrite or if I posted a social media post today, right? I do love social media because it's, but there's things you can post and then there's things you can do that are organic, and that's what I'm looking forward to kind of getting off my to-do list and onto hers, and finding what more can I do with my time. I'll have more time open to help more people, right? We can all use help at some point in our lives, personal or professional. We can't be so proud that we end up off track or giving up on goals because we won't ask for help. No one wants to look or sound like we stupid or, like because we don't know it sounds like we don't know what we're doing or we don't have all the answers. But honestly, that's just your ego getting in the way. As I talk about in my upcoming book, Leverage, we are all born with some sort of unique talent, and we need to leverage other people's talents and superpowers to help us sometimes. And we're there to do the same for others. Otherwise we'd all be the same person, and that would be boring and weird, or I don't know, right? If we all were the same. I've talked a lot about this before, but much like in the last 2 weeks, asking you to review who, what, and how in your personal and professional life, reviewing and finding out what you need help with should come from that. That should have magically or just naturally happened, right? My women's group, we have a monthly event, connecting event, but that's the focus. We ask for help, something we need, professional or personal even, or both if we have the time. And then we have everyone share an idea or offer to help if they can. And that, my dear listeners, is what I want you to do today and will carry out through this week of social media, to have you reviewing what you need help with. Reviewing your to-do list should be an easy thing to do, but, looking at what's not getting done, what is not really a good use of your time. But perhaps you haven't figured out who could help or maybe even how to pay for it. I've been there. Many people have been there. Things cost money. Time is money. And I've had multiple clients say in the past, it's easier to do it myself. Yeah, well, yes, maybe. But what's it costing you by doing it yourself? Is there someone that can do it faster than you or even better than you, right? It's time to leverage other people's talents, skills, and superpowers. All right? So share here, direct message me, email me at sandy@sandyballard.com. Can't figure out who or how to ask for help? Let me help you figure it out. But review what's going on in your daily to-dos and how is it affecting you and you're achieving your goals and your success by doing too much yourself. All right, have a great week, and I look forward to hearing from you. Cheers.